When we were looking for a provider to work with us, one of the most important things that we were looking for is somebody who could be flexible to understand us as an employer. So we knew that an off-the-shelf approach to financial education wouldn't necessarily work, because higher education, and like with any employer, there's the specific things that only affect that workplace. So we went out there and we found a provider called Wealth at Work, who were willing to come into our workplace, see how we operate, understand our pension schemes, so that they could very much bridge that gap between what is the external knowledge, but equally knowing how things work internally for us. So if we're having individuals where they want to talk about specifics about our reward package or what's available from the university, then they're also able to provide that as well. So it's very much like having another partner involved with us in terms of how our relationship operates. I think what we've seen in the workplace, and certainly in our sector, is a gradual transition from the more traditional approach to benefits, which may have been about the pay, the good defined benefit pension, good annual leave entitlement and good sickness policies, to more of that private sector approach where we're all actually competing for the same labour markets now. So we know that the pension schemes have had to change to one now where the employee has more of a say in their options and their saving habits, and there's a lot more savings vehicles out there for them to consider. And equally, our whole benefits package has had to be a lot more reactive to the workforce that we're trying to attract and retain. So I think our sector, we've very much been an early pioneer of the approach to financial education in terms of how we've approached it, but we see lots of other universities now in a very similar position, and I think we're all going to get to the same place about the importance of this education in the workplace, but we'll probably all just get there at different stages. In terms of our financial education programme, I wouldn't say we always got it right first time, and that's where it's been very good working with Wealth at Work and accepting the fact that occasionally we've had to tweak the messages. So I think with financial education, there's a lot of barriers in terms of how you communicate the programme. Finance is a very personal matter. Often people don't like talking about it. Sometimes people assume that they know all of this information already, and one of the big messages that we always get back is that people don't know what they don't know. So the challenge is often getting them into the workshops. We've tried a number of different communication methods before we've really got something that works. So what we find at the minute is almost a little bit of shock therapy to almost say to people, are you saving enough for retirement? What is your ambitions for later life? And we find that is a bit of an awakening call for individuals to get them to listen to the messages. Education in the workplace has become really important, and particularly for us in our sector, because I think traditionally we steered away from what is education at the risk of being financial advisors, and we'd often hear that statement of we can't give financial advice. And I think to the detriment, what that's meant is that we haven't always imparted the information that we could have done into employees. So now I think education as a true agenda is making the comeback. So I think that's there now to make sure that individuals are receiving the knowledge that they need. So I think the next stage for us now is being able to turn that informed decisions into what will probably be true financial advice. And we work with Wealth at Work to offer individuals a chance to follow up on the workshops and go and receive financial advice so that they can really take that next step with their decisions. We're very excited to see that the government are getting behind this sort of initiative, and with all the changes that we've seen this year in terms of salary sacrifice benefits, it's quite exciting to see that the government are allowing additional tax-free allowances around the financial advice in the workplace, and we for one will be looking at how we pass that on to employees in terms of how they can access that.